So what's up, everybody? How's it going? Hey, Michaela. How's everybody doing?
Do you know what I was drawing before class?
Tell me. Hey, Lacia. What's up, Nolan? Good to see you, boss.
I'm at somebody's house.
Oh, nice. Okay. Like your friend's house. Whoa, Michaela, hold on. Slow it down a little bit. A little closer. Wow, that's beautiful.
Drawing.
Beautiful. Where are you, Nolan? Your buddy's house?
At somebody's house.
Somebody's. Okay, well, that's good. It's good to be. It's kind of hot out there. Although, have you guys seen the clouds today? The clouds are so.
There's gonna be snowballs.
Like the dessert, like ice balls.
No.
What do you mean, snowballs? I talking about the clouds. All right. So today is going to be about dessert. Are you guys cool with dessert? They're going to be like pies. We're going to do slices of pies. We're going to do like the pie toppings. There's a bunch of like, there's going to be some fruit. It should be fun. Let's see how much we can get through. Does everybody have their color pencils?
I don't.
You have regular pencil?
No.
Do you have anything to draw with?
I just have pencil.
Okay, that's fine. That's all you need. That is all you need. Hold on, let me get Kristen in here. All right, cool. And then if you hear my dog whining, it's because he thinks I have an apple and I don't have an apple. Like, I just don't have an apple. I ate an apple and there's no apple left. I even gave him some of the apple. Obviously not the seeds. You don't want to give this apple seeds to the dog. That's my public service announcement for the day. Okay, you guys ready for the warm up? Let's get this pie going. I drew these pies yesterday, so if Jacob comes on, he'll be like, "We drew pies yesterday," and I'll be like, "Yeah, well, we're not going to draw the same pies, so there'll be different pies." Bailey, please settle down, buddy. Settle down. Okay. What we found yesterday, and Jacob, I think, is here. So, Jacob, remember yesterday when we were drawing the pies and I started drawing the part of the crust that's touching the pan? So like this very bottom section, that's where I was starting with. And then I like basically layered the topping. So we'll do the pie crust and it goes up the side of the pan. And then there's like the actual crust that goes along the side. So let's start with that rectangle. And we're doing the rectangle. It's a very thin rectangle where the pie is actually touching the plate. That's my first triangle. I should use orange because I think the custard filling is going to be yellow. So I'm going to trade and I'm going to use orange. Aren't you glad you decided to take art today? All right, so I got my thin rectangle. You know, it's flat on the plate. And now I'm going to do the thicker. It's slightly thicker as it goes up the side. You see how it like S curves up the side of the pan? That crust, the shape of it is determined by the plate, which I think is actually kind of interesting. So depending on your pie plate, this angle, you know, the crust is going to conform to it. Okay, there's going to be these pinched wafer layers, which I'm just going to use as a series of rectangles. I'm just going to layer them. And how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That's the crust. We've got a thin bottom. We got a slightly thicker like side. And then we've got these overlapping squares. We'll come back to those, but I just want to make sure everything is cool. Now, ooh, that's interesting. So I just realized that, do you see the dollop of whipped cream? It's like overlapping. It's overlapping the crust a little bit. So then what should I do? Should I make it? Maybe well, we'll worry about that later. Let's do the next rectangle, which is going to be the custard portion. So we have the orange for the pie crust. Then we have the orange for the side of the pie. We have these overlapping squares or rectangles for the flaky part of the crust. And then I got to add this like custard layer. And honestly, without seeing that, I can see the top a little bit, but really it is a thick rectangle that is the thickness of the custard. So I'm just going to make a rectangle. You can draw the outline or you can just fill it in. Whatever. As long as it ends up being kind of a rectangle and it winds up having like some kind of texture to it, like it's not smooth. It's like chunky. That's why I keep saying it's custard, because I think custard is like eggy a little bit, but it's like sweet. It's like eggy and it's sweet, but it's, if you scramble eggs, it's like scrambled eggs are kind of like a little wobbly. It's definitely not scrambled eggs, but it's scrambled egg like. And then this is what I did yesterday, because I can't erase, my paper's white. So I'm going to add some, I'm going to add some of this cream on the top, but I'm not going to make it white. I'm going to make it blue, as if it were like some blueberry sauce that I'm putting on top. And the reason I'm choosing blueberry, because I have a blue pencil and the blue is dark enough to overlap the crust, because I did the crust in those squares, and if I can't erase colored pencil, that's like the thing. So I'm gonna do a blueberry dollop. And I was telling Jacob yesterday, I think you guys saw this, but like the Amish market has the best blueberry pies I've ever had in my life. So I have this beautiful, it's called violet blue, and it feels like such a blueberry color that I've been doing a lot of blueberries. Okay, cool. Ooh, we got one more. We got one more joining us. Let's see who that is. Oh, by the way, I am recording, Jacob. I don't know if you noticed that, but I was impressed with myself.
I noticed it.
Thank you. Thank you for looking out. I always appreciate it a great deal. Okay, should we do? I'm trying to do the top of the pie. I'm going to use the yellow again.
Trevor, can we draw Arctic foxes?
We can probably do an Arctic fox. Let me write that down. Michaela, what'd you say?
Never mind.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions, you can just unmute yourself and talk. So what I was going to say is that with the top, you can kind of see the top of the pie. Mostly you see the side, but you do see a little bit of the top. So I'm going to add just like yellow, but I'm going to keep it really light. So I basically get the side of it almost looks like a thick crust pizza. All right, here we go. I'm going to add some flakiness to the crust and just color it in. Yeah. What do you think? Should we do the plate? I think we should. I love this plate. I'm going to switch over to a darker pencil, but the shape I was talking about yesterday, it was like a frisbee. Most of the time when you see a frisbee coming at you, you don't like, if you look at a frisbee when it's on the ground, it'll be a perfect circle. But then when the frisbee is kind of coming at you, it's like one of these shapes. It's also known as an ellipse, but it's a circle seen from the side. And you got to get the hang. You got to get the hang of it. You got to get the hang of drawing it. Let me see if I can move that over. Oh, hold on. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see the whole plate. When you draw the the circle seen from the side, also known as an ellipse, it is so many things. It's the top of a plate. It's the top of a lampshade. It's the top of a coffee cup. There's so many things you see circles from the side. And so, you can get practice, but I like to find out where the widest point is. And then I like to see how far from the object it comes down. Like, so see the bottom of our pie? Guys, look up here real quick. Sorry. If you look at the bottom of your pie where the pie is touching the plate, look how short of a distance it is to the edge of the plate. I mean, it's like if I put a dot there, it's It's just like really close to the pie. And then you can see where the side of it is. So it touches here and it touches there. And so now I have all of these dots that I can connect with a gentle circle. And it's not a circle, it's just like a curved line. Awesome. That plate is going to have a thickness, so I'll just draw the side of it. I'm basically just repeating the line that I just made. Put it in shadow. Is there a shadow from the pie? Yeah, Michaela. Oh yeah, there's a shadow on this side. Look, the shadow over here. What's up, Michaela? I'm listening.
I finished mine. Yeah. And I drew an example of them.
There's also a shadow on the ground.
Yes, Nolan, thank you. Oh, that's really nice. So Nolan makes a good point. There's a little shadow. I put a shadow on the edge of the plate. Then I put a little shadow on the plate from the pie. And then there's also a shadow on the tabletop. And in some of these pictures, and I don't think we're going to get to that many tabletops, but this one looks like it's marble or maybe granite. So if you wanted to, you could put the shadow on the ground, and then you can also maybe make some like, I don't know, I don't want it to look like the table's dirty or something, but I'm just trying to make it look like a marble, like marble. It's cool, it's great. Thank you for that. And I've been in this habit lately. Michaela, you may not want to do this because you have like a whole composition going on your piece, but I can show you. Yesterday we drew these donuts. So we drew a bunch of donuts and then we put it inside of a rectangle and then I put in a background. So I'm like lately I've been, just taking a fun color and drawing an outline so I know what, where the picture ends. And if I wanted to paint it later, I would know how big of a canvas I would need. And then when you put it in a rectangle too, you're like, oh, well, I don't have a background. So I can maybe I'll make a polka dot background. Might not be the best one I've ever seen. Backgrounds are so fun. You have a lot of, as an artist, you have a lot of flexibility. You can totally invent it. You could draw what's there. You could move your object and put it someplace that has a nice background that you prefer. You can do it. It's for an artist that likes to have a lot of freedom. There's a lot of freedom in the background if you choose to take it. You have to choose it. Freedom is not free. All right, what else? Is there anything else this thing needs? Any finishing touches?
Yes.
What do you think?
Who is finishing touches?
That's Spencer?
Yes.
Good to see you, dude. Well, I don't see you, but it's good to hear your voice. Michaela, what do you think?
A knife.
Why isn't the little white pudding at the top of the pie blue in your picture, but it's white in the picture?
Because hold on. This is Trevor at Mitchell School. Oh, I don't know. Hold on a second, guys. This might be a parent. This is Trevor at Mitchell School. Hey, Devon. It's good. Listen, I'm in class. Can I call you when I'm done? All right. No worries. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye. So Spencer, before you got in, I drew the front of the custard, and then I drew the squares for the layer of the crust, and I couldn't erase the orange for the crust. So I was like, well, what color can go over top of the orange? And so I chose blue for blueberry. And then I was like, well, the best blueberry pie in all of Maryland is at the Amish market. So I was just passing along that nugget of information. Yes, Michaela? I
said you can add a knife.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Let's see. Where could the knife fit in? All right.
In the pie.
If you're recording this, then I could remember the colors you were putting on it.
Yeah, however you can remember it is good. Like, take that strategy. Okay, you ready for this, Michaela? This is gonna be awesome. All right, watch this. So I'm gonna put a slice right here, try to like add a little shadow, and then I'm gonna use a knife coming out. This is gonna be the tip of the knife. And I'm gonna have it coming on the other side, coming up and over. There's that knife, and then should I do a handle? And I'll do a handle. Is it too small of a knife? It'll be okay. I'll do a wooden handle. Where did you put the knife? And thankfully the blue, I had to go blue steel on this knife. I had to do blue steel because I had to dominate the knife. Oh, maybe I'll make the knife a lot longer too. Yes. Okay, cool. That's a great idea. Somebody's cutting off somebody's cutting off the tip of this thing. They don't want to eat the whole piece, or maybe they're starting in with the piece. I usually cut pie with my knife or with my fork because it's usually that soft. The other trick about colored pencils, which I talk about all the time, is you can use the same color, but if you use it heavy versus light. So I'm going to make my background all red, but the background I'm going to lay in with much softer application. So my polka dots will be dark red, and then my background will be like kind of a light pink. Ladies, how's it going, Nolan?
This is what mine looks like.
That looks delicious. That looks delicious. This with desserts, I think that colors definitely make things look even more delicious. But whenever I draw with pencil, I'm always anticipating the painting portion, even if I'm sketching in black and white. Yeah, Michaela, that's like really fantastic. Ooh, you put your frosting over to the side. I love it. Lasia, can we see yours? Oh, by the way, I fixed my camera and my light source. Move it a little closer. That is unreal. All right. Yeah, I haven't gotten very many photos from your mom. So make sure your mom sends me some of those pictures. This is so good. Okay. So the next one, I'm gonna do this topping. Is everybody okay? Can we move on to the next one?
Yes.
All right, sweet. All right, so this one is kind of interesting. And I think we might only be able to do half because I might have to zoom out. Let me lift this thing up a little bit more.
What in the world is that thing?
Oh, no. I know. It's a pie. Let me so this book is all about how to make pies. And they teach you these techniques on how to make frosting dollops. So it's like, where's the toppings? Whoa, look at that. So those are all the crust patterns. We could sketch that maybe. Oh, look at the heart ones. I kind of like the heart one. That looks so good. Look at those holes. They put an egg. Look at this. They put an egg on it. That must be like a flatbread pizza. It must be pie crust, but it's like a breakfast pizza. That's a nice that's a nice slice. Did you see that one? Should we draw that one?
No.
You don't like that one? That one's a savory one. That's a that's a veggie one. Wow, look at this one. thing is wild. Are you guys up for sketching this one?
I've ate that before.
What's it called? I don't even know what this is. You've eaten a root beer float baked Alaska pie.
No, but I've eaten one that looks just like it.
Oh, no, I believe it. All right, let's keep going. No one was like super excited about that one. Here's more strawberries. There's so many strawberries. These looks like s'mores. That might be this s'mores one might be kind of cool. This is a berry. This berry one's kind of nice. That one's kind of nice. That looks like an apple pie. Oh, that's a butterscotch apple pie. Oh, that might be too big.
I like butterscotch.
I do too. I do too.
Trevor, did you see what my friend sent you?
No. What did he send
In
me?
the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat. I never follow the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Was it a suggestion?
For some reason, I don't like apple
Oh,
pie.
hello, Ajax. Is that your buddy? Good to meet you, man. Do you guys have pencil and paper?
Ajax. Well, I was on mute.
You guys have pencil and paper?
Say it again. I don't.
I just have pencil and paper. Nothing else.
Okay, yeah, Nolan, you're good. You're good to go. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, there's this one with all the carrots on the top. That's cute.
I don't have any colors.
You don't really need colors. I mean, it's fun to do colors, but it's not necessary. What if we could do pies from this angle? Like pie slices from up above.
All of my papers have colors on them. Arctic Fox, you don't need any colors.
Because you just use black and white. We'll do an Arctic Fox. Ooh, let's do this one. I like pine. Do you guys like pineapple? See how this will work out.
I kind of like pineapple.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to draw it because it's gonna be challenging because the idea is that we're gonna have to fit all of these pieces of pineapple inside of a circle. So we have to start first with the circle and then we'll add the pineapple to it. And I'll show you what I mean. All right, wow, that's amazing. What is the crust doing? I can't even really tell. There's like kind of it almost looks like a soup. Okay, let's fire this up. So, do you think we should draw the plate first or do you think we should draw the pie? Let's do the outside of the pie first. I think we should do that. All right, so I'm not gonna worry about the plate. We'll put the plate on second. So let me move this in. Let me make sure I have the right width going on in here. Ajax, that's such a cool name. I don't know if you know, but like, I think that name comes from the Iliad. It's like a Greek story that is like one of my favorite books. Have you read parts of the Iliad? If not, you will someday, and it is quite the adventure. I will. It will not disappoint. Oh, good. I get to move this. I get to move to the left. All right, I got even more room. Yes. Okay. So this is what I was doing yesterday, and it was like one of the best lessons I've seen. So in order to draw a circle, you want to put a little tick at the top and a little tick at the bottom of your circle. Okay. So now you have the top and the bottom, and then you want the left and the right to be almost exactly the same width. Now, if you had to, you could make like a cross in the middle so you can kind of see how long those lines are. And the reason you want to do this is because if we know that, and I don't want you to draw this, but I'm going to do this for you, and I'm going to sacrifice my drawing. I don't want you to start with a square, but anytime you want to draw a circle, you can start with a square. And the reason you can start with a square is because you know the circle is going to touch the middle of each side of the square. That's just how it works, because a square is like 1 by 1, like 1 inch by 1 inch. And so the circle is going to hit the middle of each one of those sides. So we have to get a circle before we can get the pie. And I think you guys understand that. All right, so I started with a square. You guys don't have to draw the square, but this is like a hint on how to get a circle. And then once you start doing the curve from the middle of each side, you just kind of estimate it, and you just kind of make the line a little bit longer and then a little bit longer, and you got to like think circle. And this is a pie, so it's like not a doesn't have to be like perfect, but you want yours, and then you can connect one side to the other, and you connect the other side, and you connect the other side. And you know what this reminds me of, actually? It reminds me a little bit of a clock. So I don't know if you guys know how to tell time, but on a clock, the top is 12, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the bottom is 6 o'clock. This side is 9 o'clock. And then this side is 3 o'clock. So 12, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's just something nice to know. So if anybody ever says it's in the 12 o'clock position, it means it's at the top and in the middle. All right, so I got my circle. Do you guys have your circles? Can I see if you guys are finished? I don't want to go too fast.
So you're gonna draw a clock?
No, sorry, Nolan. We're not drawing a clock. I was just showing you on a circle where the time is. It was just like a side lesson. All right, cool. Yeah, that looks good, Lassia. From what I can tell, it looks good. All right, and then, so we have a circle. So don't even worry about I'm just going to put a cross through these numbers. You don't even have to worry about the numbers. But I think we should put in the thickness of the crust. And if you look at the bottom, the thickness of the crust like boils over towards this bottom left-hand side. And then again, it like boils over on the top right-hand side. So I've got to try this recipe because, I mean, I really like pineapple, and it says it's called fruit tartatin. I think you can use lots of different kinds of fruit for it. And what if I put this book up here? Yeah, that's better. All right, and then when you have pineapple wedges, generally pineapple wedges are the same size over and over again. So watch me do a test run over here. A pineapple wedge is a circle, and you have to cut out the pit in the middle. So you have like this, it looks almost like a donut, but then everybody cuts that in half. Oops, not in half, half this way. So you have like a half of a circle on the outside and then a half of the circle on the inside. And that's not hard to draw. I know you guys can do that. So it's like a circle, a semicircle, a half circle, and then there's a half circle in the middle. So you could do it that way. It looks kind of like a rainbow even. Yeah, it's like a rainbow. What makes it challenging is that you want to get them to be about the same size. Now, the openings might be wider. Some of the openings might be, squished because, it's a soft fruit dish, but they don't really overlap one another. So that is also kind of a tricky thing. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start with a rainbow, an upside down rainbow.
It looks
and inside.
It looks like a clock with a broken clock.
It does look like a broken clock. Do you remember when we were drawing the fish? And who was it that drew the fish that if a fish is dead, they use X's for the eyes? I think it was someone in this class that did that. Yeah, so if you put a cross through the number, it might look like it doesn't work. Okay, but this is not a clock, this is a pie. I was just trying to tell you, like, I'm starting with like a big piece of pineapple towards the bottom, like towards the 6 o'clock position. And then there's a separate piece that's right above that. And once you get the hang of it, once you've drawn one piece of pineapple, you can you can position them wherever you want. The pineapples seem to have these like creases, these little stripes, not stripes, but little wedge shapes on the outside. So you can just keep copying the pie as you see it, or you can start inventing, new positions for the pineapple. And the pineapple is going to be yellow. And then the filling, everything in between the pineapple, I think it's going to be like a darker reddish orange. So when I draw, I usually think about what I'm drawing almost like a coloring book. And whether it's a coloring book that I fill in with colored pencils, or whether it's a coloring book that I fill in with my paints, it doesn't really matter. It's like mostly a coloring book. And you don't actually have to color it, because Nolan, you have your pencil. Like, the pineapples are light, and then the filling around it is dark. So you don't need colors. You can just fill in the filling darker than the pineapples, and it's going to look good. Whoa, look at this one. And I didn't even notice this until I started drawing it, but a bunch of these pineapples, some of them look like they're a little bit broken. So some are complete, but then look at down here. There's like this little wedge. There's like this wedge over here. So when I'm practicing, it's kind of like, playing a sport. It's like when you practice shooting a lacrosse ball, you kind of have to shoot it over and over again. You have to make like thousands of passes, to catch and throw really well. Or, if you're playing golf or whatever sport you're playing, you do the same activity kind of over and over again. And if you enjoy that activity, it's really fun. So that's what I'm saying about these pineapples. Like, I mean, I know everybody can draw the pineapples. It's just the practice is drawing the same thing over and over again. And it's kind of fun if you like drawing. And sometimes, like, you might, by the end of this, you might be like, I don't ever want to draw a pineapple ever again. So it's a small center and then a large rainbow background. And then they have these lines that, instead of going like arches, the stripes on the side give you the, it's just how the fruit goes. I don't know what that is about. I've gotten pineapples on pizza, but I've never seen them like solid chunks like this. They're usually little wedges like this one up here.
I only eat pineapple with sometimes I eat pineapple with just a circle like these.
Yeah, I think they come in a can. I think they come, like, when they come in cans, I think a lot of times they come like this. But we had a pineapple, and I was all excited to slice it and eat it, because I actually really like pineapple. And then it started to get a little bit old, and then it started to get a little bit more old, and I was like, no, I'm gonna definitely eat this. I'm definitely gonna eat it. And and then I picked it up, and it started to rot. It was like it had gone bad, and I waited too long. So that was a little disappointing. The last pineapple I got, I had to throw it in the woods. I couldn't even eat it. But maybe if I have a recipe to bake a pie, I'll just eat some of the pineapple as I'm cooking. All right, filling in my pineapple. Pineapple is yellow. It's the most beautiful color, yellow. even bad pineapples are still a gorgeous color. They start to turn a little bit brown, but it is really something. It's a really powerful yellow is what I mean. I love when natural yellows in nature. Okay, so I'm going to mix red and orange for the filling. Do you think that's a good idea? And definitely for the crust. The crust feels like it's got a bunch of red to it too. Maybe some brown. Brown. I do have a brown. Some of the darkest parts, where the shadow is near the crust. Looks like there's some dark outlines to the pineapple too, but it's still mostly a red orange. So I think colored pencils. I've been telling you guys, you can blend 2, 3. It's hard to blend more than 3 colors, but definitely 3 colors. And that's what I did for my filling. I'm using red, orange, and then this dark brown on top.
Trying to fill my pineapples in. I was trying to make my pineapples.
Yeah, how do they look? Are you having success?
Finish doing that.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, man. Yeah, fill that pie up, man. Yeah, just get them all in there. That looks great.
I don't even have colors.
You don't need them. The pineapples are light, and then the filling is dark. Michaela, how's yours looking? I know you got color.
Mine looks like this.
All of these?
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. That looks more delicious than the actual pie in the picture. What was that, Nolan?
So you're recording this. So you're gonna record all of the stuff today?
Yep. Yeah, I have to record it. Like as a teacher, you have to record it, and then sometimes I will put these on YouTube if it's a good lesson that I think more kids should know how to do. I put it on there, but your face won't be in it. Your voice will be in it though, probably. Yeah, these are, I try to come up with creative ways to teach people how to draw shapes. And when you can make a shape that, looks, it's almost like the same shape as a rainbow, but it's not a rainbow. I feel like everybody knows how to draw a rainbow, but, they don't necessarily know how to draw a pineapple. But if you say this pineapple looks like a rainbow, it makes it a lot easier to draw. And that's called shape association. You associate one shape with another shape. And it happens all the time. Like this is what the great artists like Leonardo da Vinci would draw hair the same way he drew like a stream. Like he would draw a stream and then he would take the same way he drew the water and like put it in somebody's hair, and it made the hair look like so beautiful. Did the same thing with like grass or clouds even. You could turn like clothing, like folds in your clothing, you could turn that into like the side of a mountain. It's actually an amazing thing to do. Is like once you know how to draw shapes and forms, then they can represent all different things that you can observe in nature. All right, I'm almost done. If you guys have finished, I wonder if we should put the plate in there. I like the plate. I like the idea of the plate. Yeah, Michaela. What's up? But I drew these numbers.
You could have used the first circle for your plate and use a squishy pie inside. And I did that.
You did do that?
Yeah.
Cool. I know. I guess I could have done that. It's all right. This is the first time I've drawn this pie plate. I feel like I need one more darker, like a dark maroon. Hold on. Oh, I don't know if this color is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. It's kind of it's like a deep cherry red. What's it called? It's called Crimson Lake. And it looks like it could go in some, like, see how the outline of the pineapples is kind of reddish? I kind of like that outline, that reddish glow that seems to happen on the outside of the crust. It seems to happen on the outside of the pineapple, of the mainly the pineapples. Look how red the edges of the pineapples are. How did I not notice that? Yeah, that's the thing about colors. Once you start adding, you just choose a color and you're like, you think to yourself, oh, is it in there? And then, sometimes it is, sometimes it's like, definitely not. You can pull out a color, start using it, and you're like, yeah, that doesn't really work. Most times you can tell. This one feels really good though. And it doesn't work so well in the dark, when I did the dark filling, but where the pineapple is still light at the edge, this red really stands out. And I think it was a good decision. I never get too attached to a drawing. Like, I like to take risks, and sometimes I'll take a chance and I might ruin the whole thing, but it's exciting. Just because you ruin a drawing, it's not the end of the world. It's like a safe place to take on risks. No one gets hurt if I screw up the pineapples. Yeah. Maybe I'll do my plate. I did that blue. I'll do that blue circle again. The blueberry. It'll be a blueberry plate. And with all those warm colors, the yellow and the orange and the red, the blue should really make the colors pretty. Michaela, I'm listening. You can ask your question.
So I have this green marker.
Mm-hmm.
And when I put it on paper.
Yeah, it doesn't look green. It looks yellow.
Yeah, and it's highlight yellow.
That happens all the time. That happens to me all the time because I use markers a lot when I'm in class, and I'll be like, oh yes, this marker is the perfect color, and it's a marker cap, and I use it. I'm like, this is brown. What are you talking about? You said it was. It's the funniest thing when they don't match up.
This is what my picture looks like.
Put that in the oven. Oh yeah, you're getting close. Yeah, this is take your time, man. Dude, you don't feel like you have to rush, but you should get that filled out. It's worth it. It's worth it. Like I said, doing the practice, even though it's not, how to do it, the repetition will really strengthen your skills. Michaela, yeah. Spencer, how you doing, man? Can I see your piece? Michaela, what'd you say?
It's being really glitchy.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to show it.
I'll show you what I drew. I didn't draw the peach tree. I drew a peach tree.
No way. Let's see it. Man, Spencer, that is rad. Thank you for doing that.
Behind it.
It is glitchy, but that drawing is sweet. As a sweet tree. Okay, yeah, Michaela, what were you gonna say?
Figure that out. When it dries, it becomes more greener.
So it does. It dries towards green. So that's good at least. Acrylic paint is very similar. You put it on, you think it's going to be, it always dries darker than you think. At least most acrylic paints do. All right, I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with my my fruit tart tatine. What is the other? I'm trying to read the. I'm not exact. I think that it's got to be pineapple. It's got to be a pineapple tart. Okay, so Nolan, I think we're gonna do, keep working on that. You can do the other exercise, or you can come back to the pineapple. But we're gonna move on in like one or 2 minutes. I'll give you like a 2-minute warning. And then Spence, I don't know if you heard this in the beginning. I can't remember when you came on, but it's good to know where the edge of your picture is, so you know where to stop and then where to fill things out. So this, I was showing this yesterday from some of the other pictures. Like this one, you saw this one. I put it inside of a rectangle. So there's that piece of pie. Then we did this pear, and I did pear wallpaper on a pear baked pie, but I put it inside of a rectangle and that worked. And then this one was the donuts. So I'm just envisioning the beautiful tree that you drew, and there's a fence and there's a hill and there's a sky. Just like by at some point, not necessarily right now, but at some point, it's going to have to go inside of a rectangle, and that'll be the end of the picture, and then you can fill it out all the way to the edge. And it might.
Oh yeah, one of the things I like to do is draw the outline and then cut it out with scissors. So I have this little sheet slid of paper with the picture inside.
Nice. That's how I do it too.
Why is there two people not on the screen?
Some people like Spencer is the Gretchen one, and Max is my assistant. And some people show it. Sometimes people do the screen share. Sometimes they don't. It's up to the person. They can do whatever they want. All right.
Stacey's not here today.
What?
Stacey's not here today.
Stacey's not here today. She is in, I think she's either in California or in upstate New York. Her son is going to look at colleges. So she's on the road traveling. Okay, we have time for this last one. And this was one of the best ones that the kids did yesterday. So I feel like I'm going to teach it to you all. I can only teach the same lesson so many times, and then I get bored. So you guys are lucky. This is actually a good one. You're going to need to practice drawing the circle again, though. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Maybe I'll just should I do red? No, I'll do yellow. What should I do? Brown. I'll do brown crust. Hold on, close your ears. I have to sharpen my pencil. It's super loud. Okay, so the piece of pie that I'm showing here is not cooked. It's uncooked, and I think it's an uncooked apple pie. I made mine blueberry yesterday, but I'm going to draw it as if it is cooked. So I'm going to use a dark brown for my drawing. Okay, so remember, to build that circle, you got to find the extreme right side, a tick at the left, a tick at the right, and then a tick at the top, and a tick at the bottom. And in theory, it should make a square. And I will sacrifice my drawing again. And if you make your square really light, it's fine. You can always erase it later. And there's other technical ways, you can use math to make a circle. You can also use a compass. You can use different tools to make a square or to make a circle. This is how I like to freehand it. And with a piece of pie, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. So we got these 4 points: left, right, top, bottom. And then I'm going to start the circle at those points. I'm going to just start the curve. I'm going to almost imagine, I'm really trying hard to imagine the circle even before I draw it. So you have to like imagine it's like a racetrack. That's a perfect circle. Like where would this car drive? How smooth would it be? Make that smooth circular racetrack. And again, if it's not perfect, it's okay because it's a freehand. Yeah, there's my circle. Oh man, Jacob, you got bumped off, man. And then I forgot to do the Arctic Fox. Can you guys remind me to do the Arctic Fox next week? Oh, actually, there's no class next week. I'm sorry. I'm on vacation next week, so we're not going to do class. But the week after that, we will do an Arctic Fox. I forgot. It's like Pie Week.
I was at the lake when the last.
Really? You took class in the lake?
No, I didn't do class at
Oh yeah, you missed it. Yeah, you missed your vacation. That's okay. Okay, so let's do the strips of the. It's interesting the way that the cook laid down the stripes. They laid down the pie crust horizontally first, and then they did the vertical ones. We're going to do the vertical ones first. So just start from the middle, and we're going to use what's called a construction line. So we're just going to draw a rectangle that runs up and down, and then that will be really light. The reason it has to be light is because we're going to make the pie crust have a little ribbon wave to it. And it's actually really fun to do the ribbon wave. It's like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's going to be the finished, that's going to be the actual line. But we need to know where to draw the ribbon. So the ribbon goes like this, and it's the top, it's the left side and the right side. So, but you have the track because you already drew the straight line really lightly. Now you can draw the ribbon straight down and you know where it's going. It's also important to know what is the dough, what is the dough strip, and what is not the dough strip, because we have to fill in each one of these gaps with either strawberries, blueberries, or apples, depending on like what you want to draw. And if your strip is like extra wide, that's okay. You'll need less of them. If your strip is narrow, you'll need more of them. So we'll just add the next one over. And then I do the straight line down, straight line down. That's what I call the construction line, because I'm going to go on top of the construction line and do the wiggle ribbon. And it could be like a triangle zigzag. Mine's like a wavy, mine's almost like a wave in the ocean. And the way that they do this is that the way they cut the dough, they lay the dough out flat, and then they have like a little pizza roller, but the pizza roller actually has a wiggle to it. And then they cut the strips with the pizza roller that has a wiggle, and then that's how they get the line. It's actually hilarious. You can buy them. You can go to the supermarket and buy them. There's a lot of creativity in pie making, and there's a lot of like decorative art. I mean, my mom will make, she makes like cutouts of leaves, and like she'll draw pumpkins in there. Like if it's a pumpkin pie. I mean, my mom is a really, really good baker, but she's like an even better artist, and she uses her art to decorate her baking. Okay, last one on this side. I think it's the last one on this side. Do the ribbon, because I don't know. Jacob usually lets me know, but I think there's only about 5 minutes left. Luckily for us, these ribbons, the first ones, the vertical ones, those are the ones that take the most amount of time. All right, let's go on this other side. I think I can probably do one in 10 seconds. Let me try. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, it took me longer than 10 seconds. Oh man, and I rushed a little bit. That's okay. Jacob probably remembers this from yesterday, but I was saying how it's good to be quick, but not to hurry. Because whenever I hurry, then I make mistakes. I wind up creating more work for myself in the end. So if you're quick about it, you can be efficient. If you hurry, then you make mistakes and you create more work for yourself. So
Twist.
if you rush, it's actually being more lazy than if you're, composed. I think I heard a comment from who did anybody speak? Oh,
I spoke.
yeah,
Trevor, I spoke.
Gotcha. Yeah, and like using the edge of the paper as your rectangle. That's the way to do it. Like that's the standard. That's like how it should go. Is that a moon or a sun?
A sun.
Yeah, man. You could turn that sun into a pie. I'm just kidding.
What mine looks like.
Yes. Yes. I like that you can't, I mean, yours, I don't know if you meant to do it, Nolan, but your strips aren't really straight. They're like curved, but that makes it even cooler. Like you can curve like the layers if you want. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to switch colors just so you guys can see this. I'm going to use a darker red. This is where you want to go all the way across. So we're laying down the layer of crust that's underneath this layer. So I'm going to put a straight line across, straight line across, straight line across, and I want them all to line up. And then I'll do it again. So it's all, you're going across and then skipping, and then across and then skipping. I don't know if it's as important to give the wiggle on these because I don't know how observed it is, but you do want to fill that in and make sure you know what pie crust is and not what is the space between. So you're making these little spaces between. So there's another stripe. And if you keep it straight in your head, it's a little bit of a tongue twister, like an art tongue twister. It's like a little bit complicated, but it's not that complicated. You're just drawing the strip of pie crust that's underneath these, and you're making a checkerboard basically.
This is what mine looks like now.
Did you do the underlayer too?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Nice work, Owen.
I think I did straight lines.
Yes, you did. Good. It works. It's working. Great job. We have 2 more minutes. I don't think I'll be able to finish in 2 minutes. We can go over a little bit though. And half of me wishes I didn't use the red because now it looks like some kind of fruit or something. I'm gonna put the brown on top to make sure that the crust, it all looks like crust. Because the spaces between are gonna be my blueberry. This is Amish made blueberry pie. And the only reason it's Amish made is because the best blueberry pie I've ever eaten in my life was made by the Amish at the Amish market near my house.
This is what I drew for somebody's for somebody's birthday.
Let's see, man. Did they like it? Or you haven't given it to them yet?
I gave it to him.
Oh, but you're at their house. Look at that sun. The sun is amazed. Is that a cat or a dog? It looks like a cat.
It's a dog.
It is a dog. It's a long tail.
That's him.
Nice. Is the dog's on a leash?
Yes.
Nice.
Black leash.
Yeah, your families are really lucky that they have artists in their family. Then they get all the best gifts.
My mom's a professional artist.
Is she really?
Well, she sells her paintings.
Yeah, well, that's a professional artist. All right, I'm gonna switch over, and now you can't really see it in mine, like in the photo. If you look in the photo, you can tell there's like chunks of apple under there, but it's not cooked. But when you do cook the blueberry pie, it makes that filling like almost bubble over. The apples you can kind of see through, and they usually have like specks of cinnamon on them. So delicious. But because I like having the blueberry, I just love blueberry pie, so I can make whatever pie I want. You could add red on the inside. It could be strawberry pie. You could add red. It could be cherry pie.
Trevor.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of pie is pumpkin pie.
You made a pumpkin? Yeah, you can make a pumpkin do orange. Whoa.
Doggy.
Careful.
Hello?
I think we lost Jacob. I don't think he had his materials today.
Doggy.
What? Whose dog is that? What's his name?
Willow.
Willow. Good boy. He's a good boy. You guys want to see my dog? Hold on. I gotta take you under.
Let's go out.
It doesn't matter.
Where it goes?
Hold on. He's coming. I'm gonna
Can't leave the charger.
Well, where do you put it?
So my dog's sleep. Oh, he missed it. He's asleep. Can you see him? Can you guys see him? He was asleep underneath the desk.
He's so cute.
Oh no! I just woke him up on accident.
But I bet he wouldn't beat my dog in the cuteness competition.
I mean, it's a tough category. Cuteness is a tough category. Oh, oh, watch this. I'll do it this way. Watch. Hold on. Why isn't it? Did I disconnect the feed?
Are we done art class?
Can you guys hear me?
But
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, our class is over, but I'm trying to. My camera's not working. Switch
Yeah,
camera.
your camera's frozen.
we don't
Yeah.
see you.
I don't know what happened.
Your camera's frozen.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what happened, but I was trying to show you my. I think the thing got unplugged. Hold on, let me see if we can try the screen share one more time. Screen share, advanced.
Class finished.
Yeah, class is over. I just want to show you a better version of my dog.
I have to go to my swim team.
All right. Well, good luck. Good luck in swimming. You can sign off, and we won't see you guys next week, but I'll see you the week after that.
Bye.
See you, Nolan. Good to see you guys.
So sad that we're not going to meet next week.
It is a little bit sad. I know. But if you guys go on YouTube, there'll be some videos posted and you can do some lessons off of YouTube. Anyway, that's a thing. And there should be more up there by next week. Yeah, sorry the camera.
Should I just search up Trevor Trist?
No, look up Mitchell School of Fine Arts.
Okay.
Mitchell School. And I have an intern who's going to put a lot more.
Trevor,
Uh,
is it Snow Fox next week
2 weeks.
after next
2
week?
weeks. We will do a Snow Fox in 2 weeks. Jacob. All right, y'all. It was great to see you. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Make sure you guys keep drawing a lot, and I'll see you soon.
I have a request for next week. Well, the next time we meet.
What is it, Spence?
A anime character.
Which one, though? Or just anyone?
Yeah, anyone.
Anyone. Okay. Anime and Arctic Snow Fox. All right, Lacia, great work. Spencer, phenomenal. Jacob, tell Ajax it was great having him in class, and I'll talk to you later.